What's up, everybody? It's Goose. I'm here on Mary's property. I'm about to build a cheap, easy goat shelter. I got an extra pallet over here. I'm gonna tear this apart. I'm gonna use that for the back wall, I believe. So I got that extra pallet. I had 3 8-foot 2x4s. I got a couple extra scrap pieces I'm gonna use. I have this old tin. I've had this for a while. I built a shelter like this with this tin back when I first got to my property. I got some big deck screws. I have more screws in the truck. I got different sizes. So I've got it started. This isn't attached yet, but I did screw on that back one. I just did a 6-inch overhang. This isn't going to be perfect. This is just going to be easy and quick. I even forgot my level at the house. So I'll get it eyeballed pretty good, and I'll probably come back and make some adjustments, but I don't even have my level right now. I only got 3 2x4s for the top, so I got one at the end. You can see, oh, this doesn't have one. On that one, the middle board over there is bigger, and the boards on the end are bigger too. This one doesn't have that, but I'm still going to screw right into this. You can also see it's not flush. I got a lot of overhang on these. I don't think I'm going to worry about that. I thought about cutting them flush, but I think I'm just going to leave it. It's just a pallet shelter. You know, it's just free wood, some leftover 2x4s. It's temporary. I don't know how long it'll be here, but it won't be here forever. So anyway, I'm not going to worry about making it perfect. I'm going to make it look good for what it is, but as far as flush and all that, I mean, I don't have a level spot to put it. This is the best spot I came up with. I'm going to have to put some rocks over here to raise that. You can tell it's all out of whack, which these 2x4s have been sitting, so they're kind of bowed. But it is what it is. It's a cheap goat shelter, so I'm going to go ahead and screw this next board in and throw one in the middle, and then I'm gonna measure what I need on the back, cut these, and tear that pallet apart. So let's get it done. Hmm. Alright, so I didn't get done yesterday. All my saw and my drill batteries died, and my phone died, so I quit for the day. But I'm back with fresh batteries. Let me show y'all what I got going on. I was sure these pallets were 12 foot long, and I was wrong. The the other pallets we get are 12 foot long, but these are like 13. I think they were 13, maybe a little over 13. Anyway, I did have this board all the way at the end, and then it hit me. I needed to measure these pallets and make sure they weren't too long. They are. So I just moved this board back from here to here, the next stud. And I actually think I'm going to leave this because I'm hoping this shelter is going to double as a catch pen. I'll start feeding them in there, and then I'll either get a goat panel or a cattle panel, or a gate. I just bought a gate I'm not using. But anyway, put something on the front. I'll feed them in there, and then I can catch them. So I'm thinking about leaving that for now. If it doesn't look too, it might bother me. I might cut it off. But I think I'm going to leave it for now. But anyway, I had to move that board back. I got it kind of leveled out. I had to put this on a little center block. I got a little brick over here, and I got a big rock in the back. So I got it level this way, pretty good, and it's sloped back just a little bit so the water will run off the back. Back here, this was a 6 foot gap, and that's a big gap for this this tin. So only reason I made that big of a gap because I only had 3 2x4s, so I just spread them out. But anyway, after I took these apart and cut most of them, that's why this one's short, because I had already cut it to 7 foot for the back wall. But I had them laying up here, and I realized 2 of these is just as thick as a 2x4. So I put these in the middle of this gap because that's just a big area for there not to be a stud to hold that tin. Then I came back here, I broke that pallet down. I didn't have quite enough wood, but that's okay. I'll get some more soon. But I just made it flush up top. Went ahead and screwed in the 2x4. That just gives me some extra support for the tin, which I'll probably put a little piece of metal right here, maybe, if I feel like it. But yeah, I need to get probably 4 more boards off of a pallet, but I'm not going to do that today. I'll do that another day. But I got it all framed out. Here's that rock I told y'all I was sitting on. It's all framed out. Now I just need to put the tin on it. So I got this one that's cut with the angle. I'm not going to use that one. These are 12 foot pieces. I got 2 12 foot pieces right here I'm going to use. And these have been cut. They're only 2 foot wide. But these are 14 foot pieces. I'm going to cut those down to 12 foot with some, I got some 10 snips. But I'm going to mark these out and cut them off, and then I'm going to lay this tin up here and see what we got. cut myself if I ain't careful. Rough. Alright, so I went ahead and laid the tent on there to see how it would fit, and it came out pretty good. There's just a little bit of an overhang. But them two pieces I just had to cut, as you could see before I cut them, they were ripped. They were cut all the way down the length of the tent, and it's a pretty jagged cut. It's not real bad right here, but there's some bad spots on there. Right there, you see that? Yeah. So I put those two pieces in the middle, and then I did an extra overlap. You know, I only needed to, well, this one I did an extra overlap because there was so much extra. Over here I just did, that's the wrong one. Well, alright. There's the one I'm looking for. Man, if I could get my stuff together. But the regular ones, you just got to go over this ridge. There's this whole extra space. But anyway, the cuts were pretty ugly, so I just put them two in the middle. I got about 4.5 inches of overhang. The front's not good. I went off of the back. The back, I got it flush back there, and then I went I went over here. Okay, this is where I need to be. So I got this pretty much flush right here. It's an 1/8 over. I measured it. So then that put all my overhang over here, and I measured that. So this was 4 3/8, and then I got an 1/8 over there. So 4.5 inches of overhang, the 10 hanging over extra. So I'm just going to divide that. So I'll have 2 1/4 on each side, which you won't even be able to notice it. And back here, I'll probably just overhang. I'll do 1 inch or 2. I don't know. Probably 2. I'll probably do 2 inches back here. So I'm going to take this off and get to screwing this tin down. I'm just eyeballing the center of this board so I can keep my my screws in a straight line. Eyeballing it. Ain't gotta be perfect. Going every other spot. Mark it out just like that. I'm on top of a screw. Dead center of another screw. Well, silicone that one. Almost covered it up. Not quite. All right, I'm all done. Turned out pretty good, I think. I had this extra board, so I just put it in there for extra stability. I'm gonna have to break some more pallets down to close that gap in the back. I'm gonna do that, but I'm not worried about it today. I think I already said I put these 2x4s hanging over 6 inches, and I know I told you I had 2 1/4 right here on the metal hanging over. I guess because it wasn't screwed down, it was a little wavy. Anyway, I have a little extra overhang on this side. I got about 1 inch extra over here than I do on that side, which it's fine. It's a cheap goat shelter, so I'm not worried about it. But besides that, everything turned out great, pretty much. It's just a ragged little pallet shelter, but I mean, it's 7 by 12 on the inside, so it'll house a lot of goats, so I'm happy about it. But it turned out pretty good. I'm not going to worry about closing the walls in anymore. That's going to be fine. Once it starts getting a little colder, I'll put a bunch of hay in there, so they'll be good. Like I said, I got to close that hole in. Back here, it's not perfectly lined up, but I lined it up in the front and just let it overhang a little bit in the back because nobody will ever see it. But yeah, that's the goat shelter. I got this I got this tin really cheap a while back. I've had it sitting around for a while. I bought them 2x4s when I built my pole barn, and I bought all my screws, but I've just had them sitting around. But it was almost free. I had to buy a couple boards and a couple screws, but all this pallet wood, every bit of that was free, so can't beat it. But that's my cheap goat shelter. I'll see y'all later. Goose out.